All right, everybody, we are back with another Funded Trader interview. For those that don't know, the Funded Trader funds traders with our two-step evaluation process. So you get a challenge from us. You have two phases. If you pass both phases following all of the rules, then you get to manage our capital. So we're here with Emmanuel. It's good to have you on the interview, Emmanuel.
It's good to have you. Thank you so much for having me here. Angelo, I'm so grateful.
Yep. Yeah, we're excited to kind of get into it. We haven't had much time to chat, so let's pretty much get it started with what is your name and where are you from?
Well, my name is Emmanuel Adegbola, popularly known as the Forex Apostle. That's my brand. And they call me the Forex Apostle because I'm a minister of the gospel. I trade Forex market for a living, and I also disciple others. So pretty much that is it. I live in Dallas, Texas. I've been here now for like 15 years. And the journey started back home in Nigeria, 2006. So I guess that's just the brief intro.
Yeah, no, I see the back. You got the backdrop going, the Forex Apostle and everything. When did you kind of start up your brand and your trading community?
I was introduced to Forex back home in Nigeria, as I said, in 2006. And that was, it was just like, okay. Then I was working in a bank and I attended a seminar and I discovered that, okay, so there's something called Forex. And of course, without any proper education, I funded my first live account. I burnt it out. Second one, I burnt it. Third one, I burnt it. Fourth. So within 6 months, I burnt 6 live accounts. So that was when I discovered that, okay, I think I needed a coach. And then I hired a coach back then, someone in South Africa. And that was it. 3 months after I quit my job from the bank, I started trading from home. And then there was all this Wonders Bank in Nigeria then. I started trading for one of them. And that was what I was doing till I relocated to US in 2007. And when I came here also, I went to nursing school. I discovered it's not really for me. So I just faced my business. And this is what I do. I also coach others, show others the way. And that is how the journey started.
And now, how many kind of years into trading Forex did it take before you opened up the brand, the Forex Apostle?
Forex Apostle came online now, let's say about four years ago when we started a church. We started a church about 5 years ago. So within the first year when we started our parish of the church, I shut down all my online businesses. And of course, that was a foolish decision. So within 6 months, I discovered that, okay, I shouldn't have done that. So I was fully into network marketing. I didn't really want that. I didn't want to be chasing people up and down. So I look at, okay, what brand can I come up with that will still combine everything that I do? So I just discovered that, okay, Forex Apostle is really, I think it's cool, and that is how, so I've been fully online Forex Apostle now for 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I love the name, man. I think it's great. I think it's cool. Like how you got the branding, like how you got the branding going and everything like that. And yeah, like you said, although you were, making some money trading Forex, you were always, it sounds like, being a businessman, trying to find different ways to make money, right? Because I think a lot of people out there get it like confused, like they're like, oh, if you're trading Forex, you should only trade Forex and that should be your only source of income and whatnot. But that's, in my opinion, not really, what should be going on out here. You should always be trying to generate, other sources of income, especially passive sources of income. So it's cool to see that obviously, you decided to build the brand and build it around Forex training and whatnot. And I feel like, at the end of the day, what was the goal like when you kind of started the Forex Apostle? Was it for you to continue to get better and to connect with other people, or was it like, to benefit your community? Like what was kind of the goal when you first started it?
The goal is for me to give back to the universe. The goal is for me to help people. And the goal is for me to show people what is possible. Because the truth of the matter is that many people, they're just ignorant of what is going on. Many people still don't have a clue of Forex. They don't still know how it works, what is done. And talking about my motivation in life is just to help people. Like the name of my company is Hidden Riches LLC, just to expose there are a lot of hidden riches, both online and offline, and most especially in Forex to people. And that is why we are here doing what we're doing.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people are they're not aware of the opportunities right online. They're scared that these opportunities are very risky and that they're going to be wasting time. But at the end of the day, right, you're really only wasting time if you're just not doing anything, right? So
Right.
as long as you're trying something out here, because it's like if you're already, in a position where there's not a lot coming in, you might as well try anything you can to kind of work yourself up. So that's pretty
Right.
cool. So what year did you say that you came over into the US? 2007?
Yeah, 2007, October 2007. Yeah.
Nice. So, how did you had that first mentor in Forex? You said you found that when you were back home in your home country.
Right.
What was this person really teaching you back all the way back then?
Yeah, the very first training that I would say I received was actually like a 5 hours training back home. As I said, that wasn't really just a training. And of course, when I hired this guy in South Africa, then pretty young a guy. So then we talking about price action, naked chart, and that was actually what got me started. And when I relocated to US, I also invested more on myself. I bought some courses. I have some mentors because if you are a mentor to others, you must also have a mentor that you are following. So
Mhm.
I have some mentors also that I follow. I invest in my self-education. I buy materials all the time, and I develop my own system that I personally using for myself. When I discovered that some of my students love it, I made it available for them. And right now, even some of my softwares are available for sale online. So that's how we keep rolling it.
Yeah, and to be clear, we're gonna get into the strategy a little bit later in the interview. He's gonna hop on the charts, show us a little bit of what you got going on. What is kind of one thing that you wish that you did differently when you first started with trading?
One thing I wish I did differently when I started, I wish I had the opportunity to leverage with other people's funds, like what we have going. Like as a fresh or new trader, you have $500 or $200 that you are trading with, $1,000. There's a limit to which you can grow that. Or if you have your prop firm, the funded trader, that's something that you can, you have to first of all invest in yourself, okay? You don't just buy, subscribe or join any prop firm. You have to first of all invest in your self-education, know what to address first. Then you leverage with what is available. I wrote a book, Leverage Blueprint. And one of the ways by which you can leverage yourself to success is leveraging other people's fund. And that is what this is all about also.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, a lot of people get into Forex because of the fact that you can have the leverage, in the beginning with small amount of funds. So
Right.
now the fact that you can have leverage with a much larger amount of funds really changes the game, And
Right.
someone for like you who's been in it from, a long period of time, about like pretty much 15, 20 years, whatever, long time in the industry. I mean, you see it firsthand from the beginning. There was much less opportunity than there is now with all these funding programs that are available.
Think about it. There are also legitimate and illegitimate ones. Let's just make that clear. Frauding funding talent just went beyond that. But will I let that stop me from continuing the journey? No. So because there are a lot of people watching us right now, all what they just know is the negative side of the industry. But you also have to look at the positive side of the industry. So you can't say, okay, because one company was fraudulent and you go just stop whatever you are doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, in any industry, there's going to be companies that are going to struggle. And there's
Right.
going to be companies that are obviously going to lead the way in offering the service that is, promised to the client. So It's like any company, any industry, there's going to be ones that are worse than others. At the end of the day, it's unfortunate that some people waste their time, on some other things, but let that be a lesson to others. Like if you're working with these prop firms, secure the withdrawals, try to limit the risk as much as you can. I know people want to compound the account for months and months and months. And I know those people probably got the most screwed over in those situations,
Right. I
with
mean,
funding.
that's me right there. That was what affected me with for the talent.
Yeah, exactly. If you're compounding the account for months and months and months, obviously then you get hit with a company closing down or just not paying you out with as much as was promised, whatever. So let that be a lesson, secure the profits and utilize the prop firms to, like you said, leverage money that you don't have. So that way you can build your own,
Right.
little hidden treasure, right?
Right.
Your
Right.
own account, So yeah, that's definitely something important to note. So how did you find out about the funded trader, and what was this kind of the first prop firm that you worked with?
Actually, I saw Blake's video about prop firm, and some of my students were asking me about prop firms, and then I wasn't really using any prop firm. So I created a video last year, or was it early this year actually, talking about how you could leverage other people's funds for your to trade. But then it was just a video, call it a random video. So one thing with me is that before I start promoting anything, I will try to like give it a shot myself so that I'll be able to be a living of what I can call the first-hand testifier of it. Mm-hmm. So after I created that video, so I started researching some of the prop firms available. I saw FTMO, I saw my Forex fund, I saw fraud talent, and so many other ones. So I actually started with funding talent, then with some other ones. Then I saw Blake's video about the funded trader. I said, okay, let me give it a shot. And so that is how, so I work with about 3 or 4 different prop firms.
Okay, so you went through a couple of them. What has been kind of your experience so far, with the prop firms, and how long ago did you kind of start, trading with them?
Let me say I started like 4 months ago now with the prop firms, and I think it's good. I mean, I like what you guys are doing. I believe you look around the industries and you pick from different sectors and kind of add it together to make it a whole one. So, and one thing I also love about prop firm generally is it teaches you to be disciplined as a trader. One of my strategies is I don't use a stop loss. Like if you see my trade that is open right now, I didn't put stop loss because of the volatility of the market, what has been happening. But then it has a side effect. It has negative effect. The market could just, go against you, boom, like that, and burn out your account. So working with prop firms really, really helped me to be more disciplined as a trader, to take more, to use my risk and money management more effectively. So I think I give that back to prop firms, working with them.
Now, what kind of motivates you to be with prop firms and to obviously grow your account and everything like that?
What motivates me is, I would say, it's just all about leverage. Forex is all about leverage. I have personal funds that I trade. I also manage other people's funds, private investors. But then as I said, I love to, because I have some followers. I run a trading community. I have students, over 200 people following me. So people ask questions. So I would like to test what I recommend to them. So I can't just tell them, okay, go and join FTMO, go and join Foreign Trader. The question will be, have you tried it? So like right now, I've tested so many of the prop firms out there. So if anybody asks me, I could easily say, okay, you know what? I have tested all of them. This is the one I would recommend. This is my number 2 recommendation. This is my number 3. This is my number 4. This one, don't go there. So I think my motivation is still all about giving back, be able to just help people.
Right. So you're basically just trying to legitimize, which ones that your students should work with. And
Right,
there's no better way to do that than to obviously, do everything yourself.
right,
So yeah, that's pretty cool because obviously just like I mean Blake's obviously, helping a lot of people find prop firms and which ones to work with. And I mean you certainly sound like you have a little trading community as well. So it's like the more people that are doing this obviously just helps improve everything for everyone. And like we know there's a lot of obviously, scams and things going on in the industry, in the market. So the more people like you that are kind of just shedding light on the companies that actually, are legitimate is just going to help everyone out at the end of the day.
right.
So let's kind of get into the strategy a little bit. Is the strategy you're trading today, is it even remotely similar to the one that you started, a long time ago?
No, no, it's not.
Yeah, I can imagine. So how, I guess, this system you have now that you kind of built yourself, tell us a little bit about what the strategy consists of.
Because the market changed. The market we used to have like 15 years ago is totally different to what we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
Before, like 15 years ago, 10 years ago, you could enter a trade and just go to sleep because then there was nothing like all this artificial intelligence. Most of all this volatility were not there. So right now, the system is, the market has changed entirely. So basically my system is, okay, can you give me access to be able to share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so right now, I will see myself as more of a swing trader. So the first thing I do on Sunday evening is to look into the week and see, okay, which news is coming up. I combine fundamental. I normally say that Forex is a table. It's a four-legged table. Okay, so four things you combine to know what you are doing, and that is a fundamental. You have to be up to date about what is going on. Like today, now we'll be talking about the chairman poet testifying and all those. So you have to know, especially if you're a day trader. Then your technical, you have to be good at your analysis. You have to know what you are doing. You have to know, okay, the trend line, the support and resistance, and so on and so forth, because history repeats itself when it comes to Forex. Then, of course, the best instrument, the best indicator you can talk about is price itself. That is price action. You also have to know what are the structures, what are the patterns. So, and of course, the sentiment, because you have to know the trader sentiment. How many percentage of traders are long on this particular currency pairs? How many are short? So that's what I do. So at the beginning of the week, I will look into the calendar like this. I do just only the red ones because when you talk about fundamentals, it's 24 hours market, right?
Right.
But these red ones give me focus so that if I have trades, if I need to close my trade, if I need to trade the news, so I will know that. Then, of course, I will look into the currency strength for the week. So like this is FX Blue. So for instance, if you saw the video I created yesterday, I will always do weekly forecast like this. So I've already known even before now that, okay, this week, GBP is low, Aussie is low, is weak, Canadian dollars is weak, New Zealand dollars is weak. So in Forex, it's all about buying the strength and sell the weak. So I know, okay, I'm going to be buying JPY, I'm going to be buying Swiss franc, USD, yeah, not too strong, but at the same time, it's stronger than Euro. So, and if you saw what happened today, exactly the same thing. So after I have all those in mind, I know for sure, okay, I'm going to be buying this, I'm going to be selling this. Then I have my system in place, which I normally use. So this is my system. This is what I personally developed. This is a Tradermatic. So what I look for is, I call it a perfect entry. So perfect entry in the sense that, like here, I want to see this filter line is my 50 EMA. So when the price is below 50 EMA, I'm looking to short. When the price is above it, I'm looking to go long. So take for instance, like this NZD, CHF, if you combine it with the analysis I just did, both the sentiment and the calendar and of course the currency strength, you will see that NZD, we're going to be shorting on NZD and we're going to be buying Swiss franc. So looking at that, that guided my trade so far this week. So what I look for is a setup like this. So once this candle closes, I will enter my trade at the opening of the second one like this. So by the time I open my trade like that, my stop loss will be right above the ISI, like for instance, this particular purple star. Then either do 1-to-1, 1-to-2, or just use the Fibo level to take my profit. So like for instance, I could take my profit from here, from here, from here, or just look into my left. So if I'm going short, I look into my left, the next bearish box will be my take profit. For instance, if you look right there, you will see there's no one. So I just use the Fibo level. So let's say, for instance, we are here today, right now, this is where we are. I won't put any trade. So I will wait for this to come back, because the truth is, anytime the price goes away from 50 EMA, it will come back to it, just like what we have right now. So if you look at our Aussie JPY, the same thing. So I will always look for a setup like this. So like this, all I just do is put my order right there. My take profit will go right above there. And the same thing, I can use this box. Remember, the next bearish box as my take profit, or use the Fibo level as my take profit. It's as simple as that. I'm a visual person. I love color-coded system. I can trade price action. If I have system that are just purely naked chart, but this is easy, copyable. Anybody can understand. My 6-year-old kid can understand that, okay, once you see this color, looking for opportunity to sell. Once you see green, look for opportunity to buy. It's as simple as that. Then when I see this blue area, all I'm looking forward to do is to buy. And when I see red area like this, all I'm looking forward to do is to sell. But above it all I look for is a perfect entry like this. I will not put a sell here, but something like this formation. So it's as simple as that. And I work together with the currency meter and see, okay, let's say for instance, like here right now, CHF is 6.3, GBP is 2.0. I know, okay, I'm going to be selling GBP, I'm going to be buying CHF or GBP JPY, as long as the difference between the numbers is greater than or equals to 4. So if GBP is 1.9, JPY is 6.3, so I will be looking to short GBP JPY. Right. It's as simple as that.
And that's basically a strength meter that you have built into the chart.
Right. That's the system. It's as simple as that. Then, of course, I have my risk management calculator that I use. Okay, how many pips am I risking? How many lot size am I trading? And so on and so forth. And that is just it.
Now, how did you build all this? Did you build it yourself, or you had a programmer build it?
I have a background in IT, so I kind of have an understanding of what I needed. So after I've traded the system manually, then I hired a developer to do that for me. So I have this that I use when I'm trading, like a swing trading. But if I'm trading like London breakout, I either use this or I still use like this. Like this one also, this is my system that I personally build also. So like right now, if you look at my trade, like this one was crazy this morning. You know, I invested it down there because once I saw this inside bar and I saw this right there coming down, I just pulled it down. So I'm a very, very visual person, and I work more with color. So it's kind of make life easier for me.
Yep. So where did you go and like contract a developer to help you build the system?
I went to Upwork.
Mm-hmm.
I posted the job description there, and I interviewed as many developers. I actually fired the first set. Then I ended up hired about 9 of them that eventually worked together. And after 1 year, we launched this. And the Trudamatic right now has been online for about 4 years. This is the third version of it that we have.
Now, is the Tradermatic like an EA or is it an indicator?
It's an indicator. Then we build it as a template also. So once you have it, you can run it with a template. The template comes everything preloaded. Like this MACD is also my customized MACD. I call it MACD Pro because, as I said, I'm a kind of a visual person. So I want to see, okay, it's MACD agreeing with what is going on. Then the setup and everything. Then the stochastic, I just use this one to confirm what is going on. For instance, I will not be entering shorts right now because number one, the stochastic is oversold right here. I see my MACD Pro, I see this grain. So I will not be shorting Aussie JPY right now on 4 hours chart. So I will wait. So when you look at it, like say, like for instance, like here, like right there, you see that this arrow telling me, okay, you can go short. As soon as that closes, I see on MACD Pro that is red. I see on stochastic that is less than 80. So it's a red light, I mean, green light for me to go short. And I also have a PDF, a book that I wrote based on this also that kind of explain everything.
Now, for all the people out there, obviously, thank you so much for going through the strategy. I think you've given some good insights into, what you're teaching inside of the groups. For everyone out there that's kind of watching this, that's struggling with the challenges or struggling with their own accounts, what is kind of one piece of advice that you want to give to them?
One piece of advice I will give is that go after education. Go after education. Make sure that you invest on yourself. Invest. The money will come once you understand what you are doing. The money will come. Like for instance, as we are talking right now, I have a Euro USD trade on, and I'm not shaking, I'm not fidgeting because I know for sure that the market will go down. What we just have right now is retracing. It's part of the skills. I always tell people that success, you see, most people always focus on just learning. There's something I learned from my coach a long time ago, and it's called success triangle. So it's called success triangle. If you put this as A, you put this as B, you put this as C. Most people focus on technical know-how. Technical know-how, that is what most people focus on. But this is only responsible for 10% of our success. And technical know-how is about the charts, it's about support and resistance, about this, about that. It's only 10% of the success. 20% is external factor. External factor like what is going on in your life, in your marriage, your health, if you are sad and you are trading, you're going to lose that trade. If you are a husband and you just fought with your wife and you go to trade, you might lose that trade, and so on and so forth. So that is 20%. Then the 70 right here is the psychology. You got to get your psychology right. That is your mindset. Why are you doing this? Are you in it for short term, or you are in it for many of us that we learned Forex 15 years ago, over 99.9% of them are no longer trading because they were in it for short term. So if you are learning Forex or you are trading with funded trader, do you see yourself trading Forex in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? So if you see yourself like that, then you will know that Forex is not get rich quick scheme. It's not get rich quick program. It's get rich slowly. So that's part of the mindset. Your mindset has to be right. Your psychology has to be right. And you have to have a belief system. You have to believe in your system. You have to believe in the prop firm you are working with. You have to believe in your rules. You have to believe in everything. It has to do with belief. And you have to believe that you can make it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, that was amazing, man. Yeah, that was a great example, and I firmly agree as well that if you don't believe that you're gonna achieve the, you know, whatever profit split, whatever amount, then it's really putting yourself in a disposition to get there, as opposed to if you're just having that 100%, 110% belief, when you get there, it's not like you're gonna be in disbelief. Like you literally believe that you're gonna be there. You know, you're supposed to be there at the end of the day. So
Right.
I think it's big, the psychology. Every interview we've had, everyone's touched on a little bit. I think the example that you went through was pretty cool. And everyone that wants to find Emmanuel, we're gonna post in the description of the video where you guys can get in touch with him, where his group is. So if you do want to learn the Tradermatic system and be a part of his group, we'll make sure to link everything below. And obviously, thank you so much for hopping on, doing the interview. We'll be sure to get you some Forex or funded trader gear. We'll ship it out to you. And yeah,
Thank you.
it's been a pleasure, man.
Thank you. And I mean, just to put it out there, as I said, I'm hard to give back. I'm hard to give back. If you guys organize any training for the community and you want me there to come and share my little knowledge, I will be willing to do that for free. So just to put it out there.
Yeah, we'll certainly be in touch. Everyone that's watching the video here on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. And once again, thank you so much for hopping on, Emmanuel.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.